guys, it's me, Christallin, your proactive conscious aging life coach. How you guys doing tonight? I am joyful in the Lord and in the power of His might. Welcome back to my channel. This is episode, 1, 2, 3, 4 of Christallin's Charm School, and I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, share, comment, thumbs up, like this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get my videos just as soon as I upload them. And to my continuing subscribers, thanks so much for your support. Let's get into this video, but before I get started, I have an announcement. Ladies, I am going to start including some makeup videos along with all the rest of my videos. I didn't know if I wanted to include makeup, but I said, what the heck? I have everything else on here. I may as well include makeup too. So that's going to be coming up very, very soon. But let me show you guys what I have right now. I have this awesome, beautiful, beautiful glitter eyeliner, and I got it off of Amazon.com. I don't even know the brand name of it, but you can see the color right there. And I'm going to show it to you how it looks on my eyes. Can you see that? I think it's so pretty. And I also got this one. This one is called Diamond Shimmer Liquid Eyeliner. Woo! And it has 4 different colors, and the one that I'm wearing tonight is this one. It's opalescent, and I just have it right here in the very corners of my eye. I don't know if you can see that, but I just use this kind of like a little accent, you know, so like when I move, it's just like a little flash of light. You feel me? Anyway, it comes in 4 colors. This one is white. This one is gold. Well, no, wait a minute. This one is bronze. I don't want to get that wrong. And this one is gold, and it has a touch of opalescence in it, but they're just all beautiful. And I don't go overboard with it, but I do like to put a little in the corners of my eyes and also sometimes on my lids, just so like when I move, there's just like that little pretty flash of light. So I like fun things, and I hope you will too. So you'll join me, please, for some of my makeup videos. The first one that I'm going to have is going to be called the Battle of the Powder Foundations. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. Tonight, charming ladies, we are going to talk about 7 things that a charming lady never does. Let's get started. Number 1, a charming lady never talks loud on her cell phone out in public. I see women doing this all the time, and it is so annoying. For example, yeah, he brought his baby daddy over to my house, and I was about to kick her. Ladies, this is not classy. It's not charming. It's not cute. It's vulgar and low class. If you have a conversation to have with someone, step away from other people and do it in private. Now, you know, since cell phones became more and more popular, it has become, you know, as if they aren't even there. People walk around with their Bluetooths in, and they're just talking and yakking up a storm, and it's just like they're in their own world, and they don't pay attention to other people around them. However, the people that are around them are sometimes privy to things that they don't really want to hear. Okay, so I would just encourage you to please take your cell phone conversations in somewhere private so that everyone doesn't have to hear your business. Number 2, when you go to a function like a wedding reception or something like that, please do not be the first person in line for the food. A classy lady never does that. Also, if you're at a table and your table happens to be called first to go get the food, let the other people at your table go first before you. It's just good manners. And this is what charming women and ladies have. They have good manners. So don't be the first one in line. And you don't have to be exactly the last one, because there might be some food that you want, and by the time everybody gets up there, everything is gone. So you could just kind of time yourself to be kind of in the middle there, and then that way it doesn't look like you just came there to eat. Although sometimes we do go there to eat, and that's okay, because people make wonderful spreads of food and they want their guests to enjoy the food. We also just want to be very charming and ladylike when we partake of the food. So let me give you a tip, okay? If you are going to be really hungry at that time, say maybe the reception is going to be after a wedding and it's going to be maybe at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening, and you know you're going to be hungry, this is what you can do. You can eat a great big gala apple. Look at this big boy. It's very, very filling, and it only has about 150 calories max. So you can eat this, you can feel full without feeling like you've overeaten before you actually have a meal. Another thing that you can eat is this, something like this, a protein bar. The protein bar will fill you up. This particular one has 180 calories and only 3 grams of sugar. You can eat something like that. And that way you have something in your stomach, so you're not just rushing up to the food table and looking like a greedy gut, because you don't want to look like that. We're charming ladies, remember? Let me go on to number 3. And you know, some of these things are going to seem like they're common sense, but I have been around, and believe me, I've seen people do these, and they're very much of a faux pas every time they occur. This is number 3. Number 3, do not talk about your private bodily functions in mixed company. And you guys know what I'm talking about. We're talking about that monthly time, and we're also talking about menopause. We're also talking about your fibroids, etc. Your private bodily functions. Don't talk about those in mixed company. Men do not want to hear about those things, and usually, unless it's from their like wife or girlfriend or something like that, it's nobody's business. Unless you're talking to your very close girlfriend or your mother or somebody. To talk about these things in mixed company is like the height of tackiness. And so in case anyone hasn't ever told you, I'm telling you right now, don't talk about private bodily functions in mixed company. This one is number 4. Don't talk with your mouth full. And I was going to demonstrate this, but I decided against it because it's just so gross that I didn't even want to demonstrate it, okay? And so I'm just going to give you an example. I once worked with this company, and I had a wonderful boss. She was so nice. She took us out to lunch all the time. She invited us over to her home and gave parties, and we all partook of her festivities and everything. But she had a very bad habit of talking with her mouth full. Not only talking with her mouth full, but talking loudly with her mouth full. And so that sometimes the food would spray out of her mouth, okay? Not trying to be too graphic, I'm just saying. So, she was older than me. I'm 61, so, you know, I don't know what happened there, but somehow she didn't learn in all those years that you aren't supposed to talk with your mouth full. So I'm telling you guys right now, when you're eating, keep your mouth closed. You do not need to talk that badly. Whatever the point is that you need to make, just try to keep it in your mind until you finish chewing, okay? Number 5, do not talk about subjects that are potentially offensive while people are eating. And so with that, I'm just going to take a sip of water and just let that sink in. Do not talk about potentially offensive or gross subjects while people are eating. You would think that people would know better than to do this, but I have been around people that just go off talking about things that are really nasty, and they don't have a clue. And I remember one time I actually had to bring it up. You know, I thought that was bad. You know, I thought that eventually that they would get to the end of the grossness, but they just kept talking about it, and I had to bring it up. And I just had to say, well, you know, don't you know that you shouldn't talk about gross subjects while people are eating? And I just had to put it out there just like that because the person did not know. So, ladies, charming ladies, just in case you don't know, do not talk about potentially gross subjects while people are eating, okay? Good. Number 6, never announce that you have to go and pee when you are out in public. And I'm saying it like that, ladies, because I have another story to tell. I once worked for a company where I was a hospice chaplain, and we would be out and about in the community, and oftentimes I would meet up with some of my colleagues at the various nursing facilities. Well, one day I met up with about 3 of them, and as we were outside exchanging pleasantries and telling each other we'd see them later and everything, one of my colleagues announced very loudly, "I gotta go pee." Just like that. I could not believe it. I was so embarrassed. Not just me embarrassed, I was embarrassed for her. I could not believe that a person that had a high level of education, at least a master's degree, would not know to not say something like that. I couldn't even believe it. And I'm not saying that only people with high levels of education have good manners. I'm just saying that I would think somewhere along the way, somebody would have told her that you don't make an announcement that you have to go pee in front of a bunch of your colleagues. I thought that was so gross and tacky. I just, you know, I had to try hard not even to roll my eyes. I just couldn't even believe it. So, charming ladies, when you do have to go to the bathroom and you're with your colleagues or whoever, you can just say, "Excuse me," and you can take your leave to go to the bathroom. You don't really have to give an explanation as to where you're going. You know, people can see that you're moving up toward the front of the restaurant or wherever, and they know that that's what you're probably going to do. So it's not necessary to make that type of announcement. So, yes, ladies, let me just go over this quickly. And did I say 7? It's really 6. 6 things that charming ladies never do. Number 1, do not talk loudly on the phone in front of other people. And wait a minute. I remember now what number 7 was before I stop, before I get myself in trouble. Help me, Holy Spirit. Number 7 is, do not do that loud, cackling type of laughter around people. I hear people doing that all the time. Ladies, it's not charming, okay? Some of us have that loud, verbose, boisterous type of personality, which is wonderful. That's who you are. But let's try to tone that loud laughing down just a little bit, because it really doesn't sound that charming. Laugh, have fun. That's my motto. Have fun in life. Laugh at yourself, But please, I don't want to hear it, okay? So let me start back at number one. Number one was to keep your cell phone conversations private. Do not talk about things just out in front of people. It's not a good look for charming ladies. Number two, please don't be the first one in line when it's time to eat. Make sure you have something to eat before you go so you won't be ravenous. And that way you can wait and be more discreet. Number three, do not talk about private bodily functions in mixed company. And I already said what they are, right? Number four, do not talk with your mouth full. Wait until you finish chewing to talk. Number five, don't talk about any potentially gross or offensive subjects while people are eating. Holy moly. Number six, do not make the announcement that you have to go pee or urinate around other people. Well, I don't mean urinate around other people, but you know what I'm saying, okay? You don't have to make an announcement that you have to go to the bathroom. Simply say, excuse me, and that's more than enough to let people know what you're going to do. So these are my tips that charming ladies never do. Things that charming ladies never do. What do you think about these tips, guys? Are there any tips that you would like to add? If so, drop them down in the comments. We'd love to hear them. We'd love to have you share. So, this is episode number 4 of Christallin's Charm School. I hope you loved it. I hope you will join me for the next episode. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.